Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm standing just at the opening of my 4-car garage, and I'm realizing that a lot of the stuff that's accumulating in here is really getting in my way. And in fact, if I was to get rid of all this stuff, I'd be able to shuffle this down, and I could actually get a 5th vehicle in here, which would be pretty nice. So in order to fix this problem, I built a shed. So let's take a look at what I built. Welcome to my backyard, if you've never been here. And this is the shed I built. It is about 12 by 22 almost, maybe 21 and a bit. It's my interpretation of a modern day shed. And this is how I built it. New project. I'm building a shed. I'm building a shed right there. There's some wood there for the base. All right, let's get started. So there's the beginnings of my base. There's our base together and level. Here's the platform, all done. So I got a load of lumber. I got 2x4s. I got about 60 2x4s. It's not a very nice day. It's gray, drizzly. They're calling for rain tonight. But I'm going to lay out some lumber here. I'm going to try to put together the first wall, which will be the back wall. All right. All right. The first wall is all framed up. Now let's see if I can stand that up and get it to sit back there and stay. Just lifted that wall. It's a little over 20 foot long. It actually wasn't that heavy. So I've got it braced. Now I got to plumb level it, and maybe I'll throw up another wall just so I don't have to leave it like this overnight, because it's obviously not very sturdy. But yeah, not bad. Wall number 2. Wall number 3. There's wall number 4. So now I just reframed my opening for a set of garden doors I'm getting. So now I got these 4 bits of wood on the face of the building. That's because I got to try to install this contraption on the front. So this is the piece that's going to be part of the front wall of the building, and this is what's going to have all the glass, all the windows. This is what makes it the modern shed. So now I got to shimmy this on the inside and try to lift it. Yeah, I got to try to lift that into place. I'm by myself, but I'm going to try anyway. Let's see how that goes. And that's how I put this part together. So I got that upper section up and in place, temporarily braced. It was a little bit sketchy, but I managed to do it. So I just bought a bunch of 2x6s, 16 foot long, and I'm going to try to build some type of roof rafter to go on this modern shed. So now I got to figure out a measurement. I got to cut some kind of a bird's mouth so that the 2x6 sits this way. And I got to line them all up like this. Let's try that. And there's all the roof rafters in place. So that's the idea. Almost ready for sheathing. Let's start sheathing. Sheathing's all done on the main body. Let's attempt the roof. Okay, so I started on the roof. When I was on the roof, everything was very wobbly. After about 4 sheets up there, there was a bit too much of a wobble. So I came back and I did some little structural pieces on the side. I did that on the other side as well. And I also framed out with little headers the window openings. And that has stiffened everything right up. So now I can finish up the roof. Okay, the roof is on. Not much to see from down here. That was 12 sheets. With a foot overhang, that's what I'm going with. Now let's finish up the plywood all around the window frames and up on the sides. All right, I've got all my sheathing up and I kind of ran out of the OSB. So you can see the couple of pieces left over from last year. They're a little bit gray, but once the siding's over that, that'll be just fine. I kind of like to use what I have. All right, now let's cut out these openings. Okay, I've got all my openings cut out. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start on some tar paper. I'm going to start doing the front. I have a door that I want to get on and some windows. Logically, I would start with the roof, but I don't have any of the roofing materials yet. So I'm just going to forge ahead and get on with this. So I came back, I boxed in the upper section of my roof. I got a little bit of F trim up there. Started with a corner. Let's get some siding up. Alrighty, we got the siding all completed. Now let's try and do some soffits. Soffits, half done. Soffits are done, all around. Now let's do some flashing up around the top of that roof. It's right there. Flashing is all done. Now let's get a roof on this thing. And we're going with metal. Alrighty. Our roof has arrived, and that's over here. While I was waiting for the roof to show up, I came back and I trimmed out the entire bottom of the shed and I built that little ramp. Kind of like it. Little access ramp for wheeling stuff up, like wheelbarrows and lawnmowers and stuff. There's the roof. We're going with the metal roof. Black. There's 16 pieces. All right, let's get this on. This is the roof, the metal roof. Black metal roof, top of the shed. Shed is 16 by 20, almost, well, the roof is 24. The roof is 16 by 24. That's with the overhangs. You never get to see this perspective very often. Roof of the shed, there's the house. There's the gazebo, the deck, the French drain, the fire pit area, and there's the perspective from the deck. I got to come back and add a few more screws and put the trim up, but for the most part, this is it. Love this metal roof. Good stuff. Nice sunset. So, again, no one's ever going to see it, but it's here. And maybe one day we'll have metal roof like this over everything. All right. And here it is all done. I'm pretty happy with it. take a quick peek inside. The lighting is not that great today, but anyway. So a good sized shed. It's going to be great for storage. Lots of headroom with this, I don't know what you call it, this angled roof. I even built a little loft over here for extra storage. So I got this little tiny loft under here with a ladder to get up. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of a lighting for in here because this is, I got no power out here yet, but I'm sure I'll devise something at some point. But here it is all done. And this is where all that stuff that's in the garage is gonna go. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you in the next video.